So this is reflecting 2. So reflect across the line x is equal to -2. Alright, so click on the line drawing tool and go to the x-axis at -2 and draw the line. Alright, this is our mirror, our reflecting line. Now notice we don't have a reflecting tool now. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click back on the line drawing tool. So now when I click, it's going to draw points. It's going to allow me to make my triangle. Now I'm going to just figure out how far away I am from the reflecting line. Now you can use your integer rules. You can say, okay, this is down at -2, and I'm up here at +7, looking at the x values. So that's 7, take away -2, if you like, which is 7 plus 2 is 9, so I'm 9 steps away, right? Or you can say, look, I'm 7 away from the y-axis and 2 away from that again, so that's 9 total. Alright, or you can actually count the steps, but it's a lot faster this way. Say 7, this is -2, and what's the difference between 7 and -2 is 9. So I'm 9 steps away, I'm going to go 9 on the other side. So I'm at -2, and I'm going to go a further -9 steps, so that's -11. Alright, and then click your point. Same for B, I'm at 8, and this is 2, so that's 10 away. 10 away from 2 is going to be 12. And for the C, and notice the C is at the y level is -9, so the C prime y level is going to be -9, so I ignore the y's. But for the x, I'm at 5, and that's 7 away, so I'm going to be 7 away from the -2, which is going to be at -9, like that. Alright, that's my shape, and then click the check button to check to see if you're right. Alright, reflect across the x-axis, same thing, this is the x-axis up here. So we're going to reflect across the x-axis. We are 8 below the axis. We are at 8 below, so we're going to go 8 above. Okay, through the 12. And for the B, we are once again 8 below, through the 8, and then we go 8 above. Okay, so we're just counting the distance from the mirror, and we're going to reflect on the opposite side. Okay, the C is 10 below, so we're going to go 10 above, like that. And then click the check button to check if you're right. For the line y equals -x, I'll draw the line. So I draw the line, y equals -x, and then there's a couple of things we can do. We can once again count how far we are away from the reflecting line. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4.5 diagonals for the A. So a half, 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals. And so my A prime is going to be right here. Make sure you turn off your line drawing tool, otherwise it thinks you're going to want to draw a line. So your A is going to be here. Alright, there's another trick to it, because that's kind of far to count. 1, 2, 3, 4.5. I mean, you could end up counting, like 12 diagonals. That can be a little bit frustrating. There's another trick to it. Let's look at the points. Like if we look at the A, it's at -2, -7. But for the A prime, it's at +7, +2. Okay, so what happened? The x's and y's switch places, but they also switch signs. The shortcut is, when reflecting across the line y equals -x, that the x's and y's not only switch place, but they also switch signs. Okay, so there's a switch of everything, a switch of signs and a switch of position. Alright, so for the B, if we're going to use that, I'm going to use this mapping notation. The B, which is -2, +4, is going to switch to -4, +2, right here. Okay, and notice that's one diagonal, and that's one diagonal on the other side, so it does work. Alright, the C, which is at -3, -5, is going to be +5, +3, right there. Okay, and then we click the check button to check to see if we're right. Alright, when reflecting across the line y equals x, we're going to draw the line. So take your line, click on your line drawing tool and draw your line. And remember, this is the line y equals x because the y values are always equal to the x values. This is also called the bisector of the first and third quadrant, because it chops the first quadrant in half and chops the third quadrant in half. Remember, this is quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Alright, So we can use the method where we're counting the diagonals. Okay, so we're going to be 1.5 diagonals away on this side, so 1.5 diagonals away on that side, so your A prime is going to be right there. So I just clicked off, notice I just clicked off of the shape, because if I clicked directly there, watch what would have happened. It would think I was trying to copy the whole shape. So whenever you have to plot a point on the original shape, just click off of it and then drag it along. Alright, there's my A prime. I could also use the shortcut. Notice what happens with our A point. Our A was 3, 6, and our A prime is 6, 3. So notice the X's and Y's just switch positions. Alright, so the shortcut for reflecting across the line y equals x is that the coordinates just switch position. So xy becomes yx. So let's use that trick for B. B is at 9, 6, so B prime is going to be at 6, 9. And the C is at 8, 0, so C prime is going to be at 0, 8. And that's it. And click the check button to check to see if you're right. Alright, so that's it for reflections. Have a good day.